So Alyssa, I might be a little bit old on this, but have you noticed that people's attention spans have been like going down and down and down? Not quite goldfish level, but like almost goldfish level, but not like quite, but like TikTok, do we call it TikTok goldfish?
What? Hi guys, I'm Melissa,
And I'm Adam.
and this is your weekly social. So attention spans,
They're horrible.
well,
I mean, it's good to have one.
it's good to have one. They are kind of like taking more of a dip now, if you haven't noticed.
What?
Yeah, exactly. As we kind of dive into the world of more content creation, as video content gets more popular, we're starting to notice that bite-sized content on most platforms, almost all platforms, maybe YouTube is kind of hit or miss, is something that people are preferring more and are trying to dive into doing more now than they kind of were before.
We've even seen a trend where the algorithms are optimizing for it. You know, YouTube Shorts is a great example where YouTube Shorts is taking priority in most cases. They really want that feature set to be utilized more because they're trying to copy TikTok. And as that's being cloned, essentially, they're prioritizing it. They're giving it more credence. They're trying to get more content creators to do that. So what do we do?
Yeah, so there are about 3 things that we can do that can help with creating that bite-sized content that won't necessarily like take up too much of your time. The first one is gonna be short video content. And when I say short, I mean about 30 seconds. That's where it plays real nice on pretty much any platform that you have, especially TikTok, especially Instagram, and on Facebook.
But yeah, so then how do we do that?
Yeah, so there are a couple things that you can do for creating that bite-sized content through video. One that is super easy that a lot of people do and they do really well at, that isn't too complex, is you just get your phone and you set it up on a selfie record setting and you talk about whatever it is, but try to keep that topic really short, really condensed. You know, hit the points. Like if you were to fast forward through that long video, what key things do you want people to know? Like if we took this video that we're gonna finish up, and after we're done, we would bite size topic 1, the second thing you can do, and then the third thing you can do, and then make those its own content pieces. And then we could divide that out even more and discuss each other bit about it in depth.
That, and you can even use YouTube analytics to see where people are dropping off or where they may be scanning to as well. So that way you can kind of know what really were the most important bits, because there's been times where we've created content, we're like, oh my goodness, this is incredible, we love this, and it's flopped. And then other things were like, we're just throwing it out there just to throw it out there, and it has exploded. And so there are things like that, and so then when you're able to take a data approach to it, we're able to provide that better content and what your viewers may want on a more regular basis.
And so then the second thing that you can do is you can recycle old content.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you think about doing, but sometimes, like, honestly, we don't even do. Like, you think, oh yeah, that's a good idea, I'll have to remember that for later, you know, when I post again, and then it doesn't happen. Yeah. And so you can do that again. You can take, whether it's an Instagram carousel where you did 10 things on and you went over 10 DIYs to do for the holidays, and then you can recycle that and go in depth about each DIY. And it's okay, it's good to switch up your content between photos and videos, especially on like Instagram and stuff. If you went ahead and just did a quick photo, here's a quick bit on how to do this, and turned it into its own carousel. And whether that's 10 slides with maybe one sentence or like a quick phrase on it, or, you know, even pictures. Here's like step 1, do this, picture. Step 2, do this, picture. That's another thing that you can do that's really quick and easy for your followers, for your viewers to consume and to watch, and they can swipe through but still get the information that they're needing.
We do this a lot for all kinds of content too. Many times we'll create a lengthy blog, like a super long form blog. Usually Google wants like 1,400, I'd say, 1,600, 2,000, 3,000. There are some people who create those types of articles. And when you do that, you're able to then parse out the subsections and then have carousels and single posts and stories and Twitter. You're able to have content for days, if not months. off of those big long form pieces. And so it's good to engage it with it that way. And once again, this is mostly about videos today, but you can use this for pretty much anything.
And Adam hit our third point, which was you can still use long form content. It's still good. But filter that content into your website, on a blog, or in a long YouTube video, you know? And when I say long, 7, maybe 10 minutes of a YouTube video explaining whatever that topic is that you want to. And then you can take, whether it's, like you said, a blog post or anything, or a YouTube video, and then split it off into sections and filter that into other content. But in those bits and tiny little bite-sized pieces of content that you do, you can then say at the end of it, hey, if you want to learn more about this, go read the rest of it on my blog, on my website, or go watch a YouTube video that I have about it later on. And you'll see us do that in our YouTube videos too, of like, hey, if you want to learn more about brand strategy, we have a video on that. You want to learn more about SEO or email marketing, we have videos on that on our YouTube. So.
And that being said, we did just finish a webinar on Facebook marketing. If you're struggling with some content building, or how do I strategize this, or how do I lay this out, we're gonna be posting it here in a few days. We'll have it in the link below. Check it out. We show some strategies on how to approach that, how to deal with it, how to choose the right platforms as well. Sometimes you just get stuck. Or especially if you're by yourself and you're trying to brainstorm what you should be doing next, that's really, really, really hard. Going back to the long form for just a moment, we see people even today doing tons of long form content. We see 45-minute, hour-long interviews. We do see, and some of that might be better for podcasts, but we still see that active on YouTube. There's a lot of organic content that is delightful that you're able to then share, because I might not know to go to the 4-hour and 15-minute mark for the funny joke. And so then if you're able to take timestamps of that and then edit that out later for other audiences, or for YouTube Shorts, or for TikTok, it's a pretty powerful tool.
And just some background on why the bite-sized content and that shorter content is doing so good and is what people are preferring nowadays is due to platforms like TikTok, like Instagram Reels, like the stories where it's there for 24 hours and you only have those 24 hours to view it. After that, it's gone. So there's that urgency that you build up in your audience of like, oh, I need to keep up with this person because I don't want to miss what they say and what they do. And that's where that bite-sized content, if you make it valuable, if you make it something where people will want to hear and listen in those 30 seconds. And I say 30 seconds as like the minimum, but you could also do like a minute. I know TikTok allows up to 3 minutes, but having it condensed like that and something where people can just watch and they're like, oh, that's really good. And then maybe they go to your profile and they look at some of your other videos, or they read more about you, and then they go to, like, It's a great way to get people interested enough to view your profile, to continue learning more, and then to do whatever it is you're asking them to do, whether it's to make a purchase or to, sign up for your email list, things like that. And it's all very beneficial, and it keeps them engaged, and it's that attention span where it's just kind of decreasing a little bit.
All that to say is the big point of this is we're wanting to curate and develop your audience, right? If one platform goes down, the cross-pollination between the platforms and saying, hey, if you want more, go over here. Oh, hey, if you need this, go over there. We've talked about that in previous shows, but having that cross-pollination of platforms does help to future-proof what you're trying to go for. And if you are able to get them into an email newsletter list or into a stronger community, maybe you're using circles, or maybe you're using Facebook groups or other things, you're then able to have that more one-on-one interaction, and people value that. There's other content creators that have big forums or big Discord environments to have that community, and it works, it's powerful.
I think that was all we had for this week. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Write comments down below. If you have questions or you're like, hey, whoa, I disagree, go ahead and put that in. I'd love to have a conversation with you. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.